Casey Anthony's father is back on the witness stand, and George Casey was visibly upset during what was at times contentious questioning.
No, sir, you are badgering me. You're trying to get me upset, sir.
You last saw Kaylee.
The tense moments came after George Anthony was asked several questions about when he reported gas cans missing and when his granddaughter, Kaylee, was reported missing. At one point, the judge asked the jury to leave the courtroom. This is day 3 of testimony. Casey Anthony's accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee, in Orlando in 2008. Our Ashley Glass has been tracking today's proceedings. And Ashley, we saw the back and forth between George Anthony and the attorneys get very heated at times.
It did, Dan, and it happened several times. At one point, George Anthony even telling defense attorney Jose Baez to give him respect. The two were haggling over dates. And this makes 2 times that George Anthony and another witness have been called to the stand. Accused child killer Casey Anthony faces her ex-boyfriend for a 2nd day in a row. And this time, Tony Lazzaro's testimony brings Casey to tears.
Did it appear to you to be a lot of love between Kaylee and Casey?
Yes. We would go down to the pool, teaching her how to swim, talk about Kaylee. Kaylee liked to Dora the Explorer and could count to 40 in Spanish, which was pretty incredible for her age. And she was a great little girl.
The defense asks Tony about sex abuse allegations they charge against Casey's father in a roundabout way.
Now, I don't want you to tell us what the secret is, but I do want to ask you, was that secret told before Casey got arrested?
Yes.
Like Tony, George Anthony takes the stand again, but no tiptoe questions about sex abuse. Attorneys want to talk to George about gas cans stolen from his shed.
I find that the lock had been broken off. Both gas cans were gone.
George says he came to find out Casey had taken the cans when the two argued.
As she almost nearly runs to the back of her car, and I'm walking, just thinking, okay, here we go, a little funny time here between her and I. As I get towards the end of the car, right at the passenger rear, just where the taillight and stuff is at, Casey opens up the trunk, throws the trunk open, reaches in and grabs the gas cans. She said, here, I hate to say this, here's your gas cans, and places them down on the ground and slams her trunk.
George says he didn't smell anything but gas coming from Casey's trunk, nothing of a decomposing body, and says he placed a piece of duct tape on one of the cans to keep it from leaking.
So I did place that particular one back on there because I didn't want a gas smell out in the shed.
It's duct tape that will increasingly become key, as the state says it's the same kind of duct tape used to kill Kaylee Anthony. And just a short time ago, the state called another witness, another one of Casey Anthony's ex-boyfriends. His name is Ricardo Morales. We haven't heard much from him because court just broke for lunch. They should be back in about an hour. Coming to you live from downtown Orlando, Ashley Glass, ABC Action News.
Thanks, Ashley. Don't forget, you can follow the trial all day on abcactionnews.com. We're streaming it live, and as Ashley mentioned, we expect things to pick back up after about 1 o'clock.